Good afternoon, LEC community. I'm Ivan Ramirez, joining you live here in our social media platforms. I'm joined by Milagros Ugueto, who is nominated for Latinx Educator Award. Milagros, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Ivan. What about you? How are you doing?
Great. It's a great day. It's been cold here in Kansas City, so today finally got up to almost 50 degrees. So I'm enjoying.
Oh,
enjoying the weather.
here we it was sunny the whole day, so it was beautiful.
Oh man.
I'm sorry
Well,
about that.
yeah, muchas felicidades for being nominated. We're excited. I was talking earlier, and this is one of my favorite parts of the job where we get to hear different people, how awesome they are. But to begin with, tell us about you, your story, your journey, anything that you want to share about yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the space.
Mhm.
Well, as you said, my name is Milagros Ugueto. I am from Caracas, Venezuela, and I came to the USA in 2017 to be an international teacher, a cultural ambassador. And I came with this one of these companies that invite teachers to come to teach about their culture, their language. And since then, I've been teaching in the same place, the same high school. At the beginning, I was a little bit scared, but then after the first semester, I was comfortable getting to know more about the culture and the opportunities I have as an international teacher to open spaces for cultural celebrations, for diversity, inclusion, shortening those bridges and those barriers that sometimes don't allow all the members of the community to come together. So I became the department chair of my world languages classes, and then I started to innovate. Now we have the Spanish club. We have this celebrations every month. For the first time ever, we did the carnival, and that was a success. Even the local newspaper came to see what's going on. We did La Reina, El Rey. We did some traditional clothing from different Spanish speaking countries. And now we are highlighting all the 21 Spanish speaking countries in every celebration we do, even for Black History Month.
Mhm.
We do Afro Latinx, and then it has been a success. Why? Because people are getting to know more about the Latinx community.
Mhm.
Basically, that's what I'm doing, and I'm married to Mr. Sanchez. He wants to be a teacher as well. I told him, don't do it. But what are you going to do to stop a person who wants to be a teacher? Nothing. So I just train him, help him to be part of it. Now he's a teacher assistant. He's an arts teacher, and then he works with the exceptional children on campus. We have a nonprofit organization which is called La Casa de la Cultura. And now my students participate in local celebrations, dancing their own music from Honduras, La Punta, from Puerto Rico, La Bomba, from Colombia, El Bullerengue. And I'm so excited. If you don't stop me, I won't stop.
No, that's amazing that you are creating those spaces. That's of belonging for people, and actually, kudos to you for talking about Afro Latinidad. That's sometimes, yeah, something that we do not speak of, and it's another part of our Latinidad. That's another part of us, and it's funny that you talk about all that experience because that's actually what your nominators said. I want to read a little bit of what they said, and then just get your reaction afterwards of what this award means to you. It says she's the director and founder of a nonprofit, La Casa, promoting traditions, folklore, and everything, anything that is culture. I nominated Miss Ugueto because she's a catalyst in our school. She promotes Latin culture in her class. She involves the students and the entire community of the school to participate actively. For example, like the carnival you mentioned, Hispanic Heritage Week. They also you also held a Day of the Dead alter competition, and also work as a leader in the community outside of the school to promote culture and traditions of the Latin American, of Latin America. So this is what your nominators said. They see everything that you are doing. So what does being nominated for Educator of the Year mean to you?
Oh wow. I as a teacher I don't expect to be nominated to anything because that's my job. It's
Mhm.
like you um cheer to the pilot when they're piloting the plane. We do what we have to do. But it's beautiful that people get to know that what we do is valuable and that we are taking care of the most vulnerable individuals in the community. And I love being there for my entire community. Don't get me wrong, but my Hispanic students, they know they have me. Like if I have to stop my class to go to the counseling's office to ask what's going on with their classes or why they don't have a school bus assigned yet, I will help them. So that's why I love being in touch with them. And if they think that about me, thank you. I love it. I appreciate it. And I will keep going for them and for myself.
No, thank you for all you do. I think you were the example of why representation really truly matters in schools. But yeah, I also want to ask you, why does representation matter? We just went in a circle. Why does representation matter?
Well, it matters because it gives people a sense of belonging. It allows people to have a voice, to express themselves. And I'm going to answer this to you better with an example. I did Hispanic Heritage Spirit Week, and I did one day per celebration. One of those days was traditional clothing. And I say, I don't think people are going to wear their traditional clothes, and like 70% of the entire population of Hispanic students wore their traditional clothes, and it was so beautiful. They felt like they were not going to be bullied or and the other communities wanted to bring their own, like the Asian community, African, and they say, wow, that's beautiful. I didn't know you wore those colors or those patterns in your uh, traditional clothes. And I saw them so happy that I understood that it matters. It does. It is a welcoming atmosphere, non-threatening, and we are educating the community that I know this didn't happen before, and it took me like 4 years to start like planning and doing, executing, and knowing my community. I don't ask, please, could I do this? I say, this is what I'm going to do for my community. Thank you. And they,
Mhm.
well, people are willing to help.
Yeah, and no, you're not only helping the Latino community now, but what you just said. Yeah, you're creating impact and affecting the whole campus. If you are, yeah, if all those students also wanted to share part of their culture through clothing, so yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's why we need more representation in different lenses in education.
Yes, we do. And now I am interacting with the Spanish club is meeting with the Asian club and the BSU, Black Student Union, to plan for events that are coming in
Yeah.
the rest of the year. So
Mhm.
that is lovely. And I try to step us outside of the classroom, let them work because anyways they are the generation that is going to be in charge of everything.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, you're being that avenue for them to, yeah, enhance their leadership skills. With that, do you have any words for your students or anybody that has gone through your classroom? Anything that you would like to say to them?
Of course, I would say, um, first of all, thank you for being uh, my educators. My students have taught me about all those things that you don't learn through books or research or master programs or PLCs. They taught me to stop, listen, but listen consciously, sympathetically, and that's why I say thank you for teaching me to be more understanding Even though sometimes I assumed in the past, this is a spoiled kid. What's going on with him or
Mhm.
her? Now I got to understand that life happens. There are too many situations going on in their lives that make them the person they are, the people they are. So that's why I say thank you for teaching me to be more conscious, more aware, more sympathetic, and more kind, I would say, kinder, in order to better help them, provide, serve for them, and to plan my classes and all the things I do for the entire community with a sense of global understanding, awareness, and love.
Well, Miss Ugueto students, if you're listening, make sure you leave some comments, some love in the comments when this, yeah, because we want to hear all the support that you have towards Miss Ugueto, who is very passionate about supporting her schools and her community. With that, the last question is: you do a lot. You mentioned all the stuff that you do, not only for your classroom but also your nonprofit. What keeps you going?
My dreams and my students, because I have been teaching for 24 years. I started when I was very young, Ivan. Don't start making the numbers. I started when I was very young. At the age of 17, I was already in a classroom. And every day I went to work, I went to learn, to observe, to teach. I learned uh, positive and impactful lessons for me as a teacher, as a human being. Besides, they keep me young. You know, they know what's going on with all these tendencies that if I stop listening to them, I'm going to grow old. So I don't want to. I want to keep them in my life. I want to keep being a support for them. And also, I want to keep learning from their cultures. This past year, I learned so much because in my Spanish club, I have a Spanish speaking club, people from all the countries. So Spanish speaking countries, I love learning from them. That keeps me going. And now I have a better understanding of traditions, cultures. I will never judge them. I will eh, ask them to open their mouths and talk about who they are, what they do, and where they come from with passion. And today I told them, you have to honor your ancestors. What are they going to do when they find out that you don't want to speak your language? And we have fun. We always have fun.
Yes. Bueno, las últimas palabras. ¿Tiene algunas últimas palabras antes de que acabemos la entrevista, la conversación?
Estoy muy feliz de poder conectar con el resto de la comunidad de docentes de los Estados Unidos y el mundo. Así que muchísimas gracias. Yo invito a todos mis colegas, compañeros de trabajo, que sigan adelante a pesar de que las situaciones diarias a veces nos hacen sentir un poco bajos o sobrecogidos o con mucha niebla mental por tanto trabajo que hay que hacer, pero recuerden realmente qué es lo que importa y qué es lo que nos mantiene allí. Eso para mis compañeros, para mis colegas, mejor dicho,
Ujú.
y para pues mis estudiantes. Sigan adelante, muchachos. El mundo es de ustedes y todo lo que necesiten, pidan ayuda, toquen la puerta, y si no entienden, traduzcan, y si no, yo los ayudo.
Bueno, gracias por todo, Maestra Milagros. LEC community, this is it for now, but stay tuned. All this evening today, we'll be highlighting the different nominees for the Latinx Educator Award. So thank you.
It was like us in different ways.